Three, two, one. Hold on a second. And we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. Uh, uh, the ottoman is a soft surface. It's not used to holding a lamp. This is Angela with another edition of Notes on the News, where I share with you headlines. Hey, welcome on the chat from my news feed that I've selected just because, for whatever reason, I think that they are interesting, not for anything other than that. And then we talk about those headlines, the subject matter at large, the news story, if we read it or familiar with it or skimmed it or whatever. But it's not news, it's just our notes on the news. Peace, Rottweiler. How are you tonight? Yay! Hello, how are you doing today? I'm good, Mr. Kendrick. I'm good. A lot going on, a long day, but I'm trying to get it in where I fit it in. Habaragani. Was yesterday Umoja? What comes after Umoja? One of these days we gonna learn this. Is today? Does anybody know what come after Umoja? Uh, Peace, I see. How you doing? Let's see. Whew, this has become my default site. Oh, that's what I would have guessed. Kuji Chagalia. Kuji Chagalia. Kuji Chagalia. Self-determination. Self-determination. To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, Kuji Chagalia. So how are you defining yourself? Are you naming yourself? Are you creating for yourself? What are you creating for yourself? Are you speaking for yourself? Or are you allowing, hey, what's up, Mas? Are you allowing other people to speak for you who maybe can't really speak for you? Can anybody speak for you? You gotta speak for yourself. Speak up! Speak up. Kuji Chagalia. So that's the second one. Okay, I think I'm gonna remember that now. Peace, Elder. All right. So let's see what's going on. If the Buddha had anything for us today. What up, yo? Yo. What up, though, Buddha? Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. She's a singer, isn't she? From I think I heard of her when I was living down south. Is she from New Orleans? Let us see. Is that her name? Let us see. Let us. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So what's doing good? What's exciting today? Yo, Buddha. What up, though? I don't know how to spell dough. Is it D-O? Is it D-O-E? Is it D-O-U-G-H? When you say what up, dough, I think it's D-O. Dough. What up, dough? D-O-H, a whole nother option. But since I'm from Detroit, are you from Detroit, I see? I'm just going to decide it's dough, D-O. I don't know how people write it. Who is energetic and not indolent? Indolent. What's that, lazy? I don't know what indolent is. In misfortune, Philly. Philly! I like Jilly from Philly. Dang, I got this weird, I see. Ooh, that's better. I got this, the lights reflecting. Okay, who is energetic and not indolent? Is misfortune, in misfortune unshaken, flawless in manner and intelligent. Such a one to honor may attain. I think they talked about that yesterday. Such a one such a one to honor may attain. Like you get to honor. Okay, so energetic and not indolent. I'm not gonna look it up, but I think indolent. I'm from St. Thomas. It's wa. Why? Oh, like what though? No, it's what up though. It's definitely what. It's probably W-H-U-T. What? What you saying? What up though? Oh, what you saying? What up though? Who is energetic and not indolent? Like lazy, I think. I don't know what indolent means. In misfortune, unshaken. Like when stuff happen, you don't get shaken up like, oh no, you just cool. You cool. You cool. I'm cool. You cool. We cool. Flawless in manner and intelligent. Such a one to honor may attain. All right, good enough. I can't disagree. Pretty good. Oops. Okay, I done hit the wrong thing. All right, let us proceed to the news feed. Ugh, I don't know what to do about this light. Let me try one thing. Un momento, por favor. Working on a paper power outage has me behind multitasking with this dumb paper due tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I don't think that's better. Oh, well, be unbothered. That's easy for me to say, right? I don't have a paper due tonight. Just be unbothered. Don't worry. Not your fault the power went out. No, I know, but I feel sorry that that happened to you. I'm not sorry. It might be my power. Right. I mean, it might be my fault. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to turn the power out in Cleveland. All right. Let us proceed to the news feed. Tamra Mowry, y'all remember Tia and Tamara from what's that TV show I used to watch? Little girls, they were twins and they were separated at birth and adopted by two different black families. They were a single mother and a single father, and then they lived together. Sister, sister, never know how much I miss. Okay, so anyway, Tamra Mowry skewered after saying she prayed her daughter would look like me, have brown skin. Now, the twins, one is married to like a light skinned black guy, one is married to a white guy. So the one who's married to the white guy, she said she prayed that her daughter would have brown skin. She said the daughter does have her husband's big head, but she has brown skin. Now I don't know why she prayed she would have dark skin, but I guess if you have if you're, biracial or whatever, because she's biracial, so we don't so much, we're not New Orleans, we don't use that like octoroon, hectoctoroon, quadroon, all of that kind of language so much. But like if she's half white, according, like we just going back one generation, but I think her mother is pretty, and then now her child is one quarter. She should have just married a black man if she wanted her kids to have darker skin. Right, that's what people were saying on the interwebs, I heard. Hey, Rowdy Chica, what's up, girly? Thank you all moderators, Yapo and Rowdy Chica. Um, but then the other thing is like when your children, if you have those type of children and they look white, then it's harder for people to understand that they have African heritage. And if that's something that you want your children to know, I guess if they look sort of like black, then it's easier than if they look white. Like if they're white passing, people probably say all kinds of stuff around them. And but if you look black, some people aren't gonna say some stuff around you because they be like, oh, she black. But if you look white, so I don't know. All of that is but yeah, people were, I heard she got dragged by people. Footage shows Mesa authors beat man unconscious for not putting cell phone away fast enough. So again, I have to dispute these headlines. This is coming off of Atlanta Black Star. I don't think that they beat the man unconscious because he didn't put his cell phone fast enough, away fast enough. I think they beat the man unconscious because they out here beating people with impunity, and that's what they do. And they're trying to intimidate and cause continue the shock and awe campaign that black people experience throughout this country, throughout the world. I think they trying to have us like, oh my gosh, we can get beat at any time, and then you get nervous and intimidated, and you move in the world in a certain way. So no, I don't think it's because he didn't put his cell phone fast away fast enough. I don't think we should even be putting these explanations of why the beatation happened. I don't even, because it's not real. It's fake. That's bullshit. That's not what happened. Um, so prayers out to the man Mesa. Is that in Arizona? Mesa, Arizona. So prayers out to the man, beat unconscious. I can't imagine how that's good for your health. I don't know what repercussions that's going to be emotionally, physically, spiritually for him, his family, his community, and all of us. But prayers out to all of us. I feel like we can get beat downs, but you can't beat down truth. You can't beat down justice. You can't beat down God. So the body is one thing, and all of the things that are good in God are, a whole nother category. A woman snaps a photo of a stranger walking his dogs, causing investigators to falsely identify him as a burglary suspect. Oh my God, he's out here walking his dogs. He must be trying to rob someone. Texas police yell obscenities at a man trying to defend Black woman being brutally arrested. So, yay, and shout out to the man who was trying to defend the woman who was being mistreated, and all kinds of boos to the people yelling obscenities at the man, and just for brutally arresting the woman and all of that bullshit. Kenyan activists protest plans for Chinese backed coal fire power plant. I'm not sure what's going on in Kenya, but we've been talking about the fact that, Chinese imperialism, colonialism is going on. Chinese and Asian colonialism, imperialism, whatever is going on in our Kibalan. So, some activists are engaged in a fight against a Chinese backed coal fire power plant. So maybe they want something more progressive and more green. I'm not really clear. I didn't read the article. It is coming off of Atlanta Black Star if you want to check it out and research and report back. Share with us. Do a video. Let us know. New York woman faces jail time after pleading guilty to false rape claims against two Black football players. So, yeah, against two Black football players. The Chinese are taking over. Maybe that's the issue. Yeah, except for the headline had so much detail about the coal fired part that, and I know that, I don't know, but I suspect that coal, that type of power plant probably puts a lot of pollution in the air, but I don't know. Maybe it's clean, but I think the whole coal thing is like a lot of people think it's regressive. Um, Italy's Trump coal is dirty burning. Oh, it burns dirty. Yeah. Okay. Um, Far right deputy PM, I guess prime minister, says football captain Mario Balotelli must be representative. Um, I don't know if I'm going to get the image when I click on the article, but when I was going through my news feed, I really liked the image. That's kind of what caught my attention. Um, but footballer, as in soccer player, and they say, he's basically this leader of this country is basically trying to regulate this Black man the way that Trump tries to regulate and run Black folks in this country. So they don't have the image, but it's coming off of Moguldom. But on my news feed, it had like a drawing of the guy. It was really quite interesting to me. June 7th. Happy birthday to poet Gwendolyn Brooks. Is she the one that did We Be Cool, We Skip School? Is that Gwendolyn Brooks? if I had more time, I would have looked up some Gwendolyn Brooks poetry and done a poetry reading. Oh, look at that image. She like late great. She won the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry in 1950 and was appointed Poet Laureate for Illinois in 1968, Poet Laureate Consulate in Poetry to the Library of Congress in 1985. She received more than 70. I'm going to Ancestor Brooks, 7th, 1982. June 7th, that's correct, and everything else, forget that. June 7th, 1892, Homer Plessy arrested for whites only seat. So is this Plessy versus Ferguson? Didn't we hear something called Plessy versus Ferguson? I don't know what Plessy versus Ferguson. Do you? Let us see. Okay, we'll keep moving while we go through that. Bowley. Oh, I wanted to look up this one too. Okay, so let us wait. So it was a whites only section. They said, you got to go. You see this sign that say whites only? He said, I refuse to leave. So he was arrested. I think this case went to the Supreme Court. It's coming off of Black Then. a whites only car of a train, he would lose the resulting court case, Plessy versus Ferguson. Hey, Quest. He was the plaintiff in the United States Supreme Court decision in Plessy versus Ferguson, arrested, tried, and convicted in New Orleans of a violation of one of Louisiana's racial segregation laws. He appealed through Louisiana state courts to the U.S. Supreme Court and lost. The resulting separate but equal decision against him had wide consequences for civil rights in the United States. Okay. Boley, Oklahoma. Has anybody here heard of Boley, Oklahoma? I never heard of no Boley, Oklahoma. And I don't know if this is an old story or a new story because it says it's the largest. Well, first of all, they talking about a town. Oh, once the largest predominantly black town in the U.S. Boley, Oklahoma. Y'all heard of Boley, Oklahoma? In the early 20th century, Boley, Oklahoma was the largest predominantly black town in the United States. Boley was officially opened for settlement in 1903 in Creek Nation Indian Territory along the Fort Smith and Western Railroad. The interracial group that founded Boley included Lake Moore, a white attorney, John Boley, a white manager for the Fort Smith and Western Railroad, and Thomas A. Maines, a black farmer and entrepreneur from Texas. The trio worked together with James Barnett, a Creek freedman, to purchase the land of Barnett's daughter Abigail to form Boley's nucleus. Southern migrants in search of better opportunities flocked to Boley, and the town experienced rapid growth over the years. In its prime, Boley was home to many businesses and institutions. There were numerous cotton gins and banks, schools, both public and private, several fraternal clubs, and churches of every denomination. Boley had a railroad depot, a post office, a telephone company, and a power plant. The municipality also successfully bid to host Oklahoma's main black fraternal lodge, a black tuberculosis hospital, and the state training school for Negro boys. All who visited Boley, including Booker T. Washington, marveled at the ambition and the vigor of the townspeople. Upon statehood in 1907, the citizens of Boley, like all African Americans in Oklahoma, experienced major setbacks in their civil rights. So, again, it's in our nature to be industrious, to be hardworking, to create towns and communities. All of that is, that's what we do. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Although the day-to-day effects of segregation were muted in Boley, most people in town were disenfranchised by 1910 when the grandfather clause became law, so they weren't able to vote anymore. I guess the grandfather clause was like, if your grandfather could vote, you could vote. If your grandfather couldn't vote, black people, you can't vote. However, Boley was an important location for all blacks in the state as they worked to fight disenfranchisement for the next 2 decades. In addition to political turmoil, the town also faced economic difficulties that plagued most small towns in the United States at the time. By 1930s, Boley began to experience a sustained population decline. Today, Boley remains mostly black and is home to many descendants of the town's original settlers. The town hosts a popular rodeo. I don't like a rodeo. Every Memorial Day, but if you do, every Memorial Day weekend, when family, friends, and visitors flock to the community once again. Boley, Oklahoma. Now you know. I did not know. Racist food cart worker caught on video screaming N-word and throwing chili powder. That's sort of like pepper spray. I mean, I don't know. How does chili powder work if you throw it at somebody? Racist food cart worker caught on video screaming N-word and throwing chili powder in black woman's eyes for paying in change. So are coins not legal tender in the United States? I don't understand. I understand. I mean, it's not about the change, but some people are just out here crazy and aggressive and attacking people. Outrage after teacher. So the woman went to the food cart, she got things, and the person said, "You N-word," and threw chili powder, hey, Marlowe's Corner, and threw chili powder in the woman's eyes. I don't know if you were like, what Like, what? Or if you were like, what? Like, wait, what? Say what now? So I just repeated it. It's um it's jacked up. New video of four police officers beating black man sparks cause for charges. When I picked up my tablet, my Twitter was on. I don't know how or why, but anyway, I happened to see that video. It was like about 5 or 6 people beating on the man. Bullies. Bullies. That's terrible. Um, Outrage after teacher mocks little black girl's hairstyle on social media. Treasury Department won't commit to making Tubman the new face of the $20 bill, Senator says. Remember how happy some people were at the Tubman $20 bill? I remember some people were like, Harriet Tubman would never want her image on the $20 bill. So maybe Mama Tubman was like, I'm going to get Trump elected and maybe arrested. I saw that and got extremely pissed off. Jack-booted thugs. I'm talking about the cops. Yeah. Yeah, I knew who you were talking about. It's still a fly in here. So maybe Mama Harriet was like, I'm gonna get Zero elected, and then my face won't be on the $20 bill, and then maybe she gonna get him arrested too. But anyway, yeah. When all of this stuff happened, I didn't figure that the $20 bill thing was happening, was a goal with Harriet Tubman. Did you? Did y'all see on Atlanta they had a $20 bill with the Tubman, the tub? What do they call it? The tub? I don't know what they called it. Israel blames Iran for Gaza border violence. Border violence. Korean woman survived 6 days in Australian wilderness. I think she fell into a ravine or something, and she had to climb out, or I don't know if she climbed out, but she fell into a ravine. Mugshot mania, restaurateur guilty of forcing disabled black worker into slavery or enslavement. Now, I think this is a story that I saw maybe a year ago. There was like a man who was like developmentally disabled and he worked in a restaurant, except for they kept him like locked up. He couldn't leave and they would like make him work like more than sun up to sundown and they didn't pay him. And they would like beat him and abuse him and stuff. I think it was 2 people, but that's who I think the story is. That's coming off of Straight from the A. If you want to see if it's who I think they're talking about. So prayers out to that man. The most vulnerable, are the most vulnerable devils. D.L. Hughley wonders if others like Alice Marie Johnson will be freed or just those who can get us a photo op. So I guess Alice Marie Johnson must be this person that Zero pardoned and that Kim Kardashian went to the White House to ask him to pardon or whatever. I still haven't. I said I was going to try to look into the story. I haven't had an opportunity. I'm not really, I guess Zero, I don't, like, I feel like everything he does is BS. So I try not to like really pay attention. And Kardashian is kind of sort of basically in the same category. So I feel like the two of them combined, like my interest level, decreases and decreases and decreases. I might read an interesting analysis somewhere along the way, but it just seemed like a bunch of bullshit because they just seem like they not about, he seemed like he about BS and she seemed like she about BS, nothing of substance. Siblings found chained in backyard get adopted by San Antonio couple. They're living the best life. So this is coming off of Atlanta Black Star. I don't know if they were adopted. It makes me curious to see if the San Antonio couple was a white couple. So like they're living the best life. It's funny because we say they out there living their best life or their best life. But that's not exactly what the headline is saying. It's saying they're living the best life. So I feel a little like I want to say it a certain way, but that's not really how it's written. But that's kind of what I was curious about. I didn't hear about the siblings found chained in they messed up. The messed up thing is that she was not pardoned. Zero wants to pardon Martha Stewart. She wasn't pardoned? I thought she was pardoned. Zero wants to pardon Martha Stewart. The black woman's sentence was commuted. That means she is out, but everything remains on her record. Oh, I thought she was pardoned. I didn't realize that. Oh, yeah, and the headline says will be freed. Okay, so there you go. You So she had yeah, I think it was something to do with drugs, but I'm not really clear. Visual voicemail dismiss. Oh shoot, I gotta hurry up because I got stuff I still gotta do and it's already 9 o'clock. Officially, it's too late to call decent people. I only call indecent people after 9. Heartbreaking clip. So the children, I didn't know about the children who were found nonviolent drug offense. I didn't know about the children who were found chained in the backyard. So I'm not familiar with that situation. But I think it's kind of like a crime action or like, yeah, I think it's really jacked up to have a dog chained in the backyard. So I don't know, the chaining of children in the backyard sounds like some barbarianism and some bullshit. I'm not familiar with that story. Money laundering for a drug organization. That's what the lady was doing. Oh, that's the lady you asked about yesterday. I can't even remember her name already. Um Alice Marie Johnson. Tethering dogs is illegal in Florida. Hey, a view from Tracy's Point, right? Hey, I didn't even realize that. So yeah, tethering, chaining up people, and yeah, I can't even get into that right now because I'm like under I know I'm stuttering, but you can't tell I'm under time constraints, but I'm under time constraints. Heartbreaking clip shows Chicago police handcuffing 10-year-old boy saying he fit the description. Hi, everyone. At least in my part, at least in your part of the state, it's illegal. Yeah. Tornado sweeps past Laramie in Wyoming. Now that imagery, like somebody had a picture or caught a picture and it looked like a tornado. I mean, I guess because it was a tornado, but it was like, whoa, Portland employee arrested after yelling, throwing a bottle at black woman who tried, we talked about that, who tried to pay with coins. Now this says that he threw a bottle at her, and the other headline it said he threw cayenne pepper at her or chili pepper. So did he throw a bottle of chili pepper at her? I don't know. This is just questions that I have from reading these headlines. Byron Allen on buying the Weather Channel. Remember when he bought the Weather Channel? I think it was like about a month ago. I don't want to play in the Negro League. I want to play in the global leagues. Maybe a bottle of chili pepper, right? Which is all funny until somebody throw that at you when you got chili pepper in your eyes for paying in well, yeah, because they were a butthole, not because she paid with coins. Because whenever I've worked, I don't know, unless you pay with nickels, but whenever I've worked retail and like dealing with coins, you always need coins. The only coins that you never run out, that I've never seen where you don't really have a shortage of are nickels. Nickels are like, they stay there forever. I think it was nickels. Nickel, but the rest of the coins you need. So why are you upset because somebody give you coins? They not upset because she gave them coins. They upset because they crazy. Gucci donates fabric to Italian boys, Nigerian women who were once sold into prostitution. Right, money is money. It's legal tender. Like I don't understand yeah, let me just keep it moving. So these women, oh my, you see it's just black, my screen. My BlackBerry is slowly dying. But I love you, BlackBerry. Don't die. You can't die as long as someone loves you. I love this BlackBerry. Stay alive. Keep hope alive. Oh, it just flashed. Oh, okay, good. Um, okay. New video of 4 police officers beating black man sparks cause for change. So maybe the video I saw was only 4 people, but in my head it's like 5 or 6 people. So I don't know if this is a whole nother situation or the same situation I saw. But I think one of the officers was like black or brown from what I saw. But I just saw it very quickly because I didn't really have an opportunity to really, because I don't have time right now. Outrage after teacher mocks little. Oh, we talked about this. Oh, how do we get backwards? Okay. Un momento. So Byron Allen, we talked about him. Gucci donates fabric to Italian dressmaking shop that employs Nigerian women once sold into prostitution. I don't know if being a sex slave is worse than being any other kind of slave. But anyway, I guess yay Gucci, yay Italian dressmaking shop. And just prayers out to, anyone who's enslaved, anyone who's been enslaved, any of the children of people who have children and lineage of people who have experienced enslavement, sex slavery or any other type of slavery. Sex trafficking sting. FBI rescues 160 children, some as young as 3 years old. And this is in a sex trafficking sting. I mean, 3 years old, it's just like your stomach anybody, but like a 3-year-old. So again, prayers out to, these people who were rescued, and just for light and love and guidance for them as they, heal and move through the world. They have a lot of challenges that they're going to be dealing with, and to their family and community, and, to people who haven't been rescued, 60 things I still miss about Prince that would have been on what would have been his 60th birthday. Oh, so happy birthday, ancestor Prince Roger Nelson. Prince Roger, I don't know, Prince Nelson. Happy birthday. FCC implements a clear ban on surprise phone bill charges. I don't know if y'all remember, but like back in the day, they used to call you on your landline, and they'd be like, "Can you hear me?" And you'd be like, "Yes," and it would be like, "Ha ha, I got you." And then they'd switch your phone to a whole nother company, and they'd use the recording of you saying yes to whatever, and be like, "She said yes, she wanted to change the company." And I got changed to a company, and it seemed like it was like 5 or 6 months in before I realized that I had been changed. They used to call it something like slamming. I can't remember what they called it, but it was like this thing they used to do. And it was just like commonplace. Like, I guess there was like my bell, and then all of the bells broke up in the industry. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I remember that. And it was like, I give anything the FCC does a side eye, because then the FCC here recently vote for internet, dang, I forgot the term, but they don't want us to have the internet freedom, and they just kind of pushed it through. Remember, there were like a million public comments, and some of the comments were discovered before they made the vote to be of people who were dead, so they were fake from bank accounts, and they were like, "No, we voting anyway." And it was like a 3-2 vote in favor of doing it. And they say that the Indian guy who runs the FCC, isn't that the FCC, that he was like, he was appointed by Obama, but he became chairman under Zero, and he was just determined to do his own thing. So now it's in Senate. Is it net neutrality? Net neutrality. I don't know. We just gonna go with it. Net neutrality. So everything the FCC does, I like have a side eye for. Like, what is it really about? What are they really doing? I don't trust them. I don't feel like they hear from me. I don't know. I mean, it could be good. I don't know. But if it says FCC and they implementing something, I'm kind of like, but I don't know. Maria Sharapova slams Serena Williams claims that her autobiography details are 100% hearsay. I was so confused by that headline. I couldn't figure out if Serena wrote an autobiography. I think Sharapova wrote an autobiography. No, I think that Sharapova wrote an autobiography and said something about Serena Williams, and Serena Williams is like that is 100% hearsay. Hearsay. It was I think one of the black. I think the black there was a in the semifinals for some big tennis match. There was a black and a brown girl playing against each other. One is biracial, one is black. They're good friends. Last year, the black one I think won some big tennis competition, and so now I think the black, I shouldn't call her a girl. The black young woman has advanced. I think I'll say her name later, but is it Sloane? I think Sloane is the black one, and Madison is the biracial one, but I don't remember. But yay! And Serena, we talked about that yesterday. She had an injury, and so she had to drop out. Facebook notifies 14 million users. Sloane Stevens and Madison Keys. Thank you. So did Sloan advance? Facebook notifies 14 million users of above that made status post public. So whoever advances, the finals are coming up soon. So Facebook just stay out here having issues and problems. They're not alone, but y'all know how I feel about Facebook. So I'm just pointing it out. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I am on one little bitty account, but not for long. Ghana dissolves Football Association amid corruption claims. Football as in soccer. Simone Help, huge tennis fan. Oh, my mother is a tennis fan. I just sit there for like 2 minutes. I'm like, did we win? Who are we rooting for? And then I leave. I can't. I can't. Yeah. But yay! Are you happy? Is that who you were rooting for? I saw him. I think I saw him earlier today when they were about to play, but I don't know. Yeah, because I think he came on this morning like around 10:30, 11. When I got back from my walk, I think they were just starting at like 11:30 or something, but they were supposed to start earlier. Um, so there's been some corruption, football probably as in soccer, and so they done dissolved the whole football association in Ghana because they like it's just corruption. Hey Nicole Ali, how you doing, girl? Warner Brothers to release new Prince album in September. So at first I like them both, but I always root for everything black. Right, I was rooting for the little chocolatier one because she was chocolatier, but I mean, I wish that they didn't have to play each other until the finals, but I'm happy that I was happy to know that one of them would be in the finals. Um, so I was like, Prince didn't isn't Title doesn't Title have like control over Prince or his stuff? But I guess Prince was so prolific, and this interesting because I don't know. Have we had like a lot of Michael Jackson stuff published? Didn't Prince like do an album? I mean, a song a day or something like that. Prince was out here just writing and writing and writing and making songs and making. It's gonna be it's so much Prince music we gonna hear. I wonder if we're gonna like it, or if the stuff that was in the vault we'd be like, oh, y'all should have kept that in the vault, or if it's gonna be some stuff where we're just like, because Prince's music is really, I haven't listened to Prince in a while, but shoot, I might listen to some Prince tonight. I like Prince's stuff. I like Prince's stuff. So yeah, I thought that Title had all of the stuff. I guess Title got some stuff. Warner Brothers got some stuff. So they're releasing a new album in September. We buying it? An album? Do they even have albums anymore? What are they talking about? Sprint is offering unlimited plans for new customers. Phone calls, text, and data for $15 a month for new customers. That is really, 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 really cheap. That is really cheap. And I vowed that I would never deal with Sprint when they tried to charge me for paying my bill. They wanted to charge me $5 for paying my bill at the Sprint store in cash. And I'm like, I'll never, and I don't think I'll leave because y'all know it take me a while to get my mind around like, something new. So I probably wouldn't leave even if it wasn't Sprint, but $15, I'm not trying to do a Sprint commercial, but I just think that that's really, really cheap. I love Mali music. Oh, like from the country in Alkebulan. Um, okay. Now, Blackberry, do I have to sing a song to you? You are So beautiful. $15 is good. I know. Molly music is great. Hmm. Okay. Um, Another racist loses their job after claiming that black people deserve police brutality. Uh-uh. Good news report. Kevin Durant surprises mentees with 1 year of free college tuition. Yay. I don't know who Kevin Durant is. Can I just give him a whole bunch of claps, or we just gonna give him 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, poor baby. Kevin Durant? Oh, I can't read the comments. The CDC. Okay, so I'm NBA player. Okay, so I don't know anything about him, but that's good. He paying people's college tuition because you know how I feel about these college tuitions a lot of times being scams or this whole college thing being a scam. I don't know the team. It's good. Is he married to is who we with? He with us? You know what I'm talking about. The CDC just released staggering data on the rise in suicides across the US. It shows the growing severity of the issue. This was kind of confused. Well, I didn't know what to make of it because, sometimes when black folks die, they say, oh, it was a suicide. Like, here's a black person hanging from a tree and, their arms are tied behind their back and then they rule it like a suicide. So I'm kind of like, I don't really know. I don't know. I was kind of like, so are more people committing suicides? Are more people depressed? Is there like a crisis with mental health going on? Is this like an increase in black folks being murdered and them claiming it's suicide? Like, what does it mean? Um, I guess I was kind of trying to think about like in my personal life, do people seem more depressed, more down, more out? I don't know. I was just trying to process it. But just prayers out again. We had that the designer woman commit suicide. Where they ruled it a suicide. I saw in the news, and that's what they said when it first happened. But I don't know. It's I just pray for anybody who is dealing with mental health issues and like um I just wish you would like live and like enjoy your life. And I know that's easy. Just get support and help, and so just prayers for like increasing peace and increasing wellness and increasing connection with God and love and hope and happiness and joy, for all of us. Um, and then I'm also giving the side eye to the CDC because was the brother's name Timothy, who they said, oh, he's committed suicide. And first he disappeared and he was the one who said the flu shot causes the flu. And then all of a sudden Dr. Cunningham, then all of a sudden, he disappeared, so yeah, Dr. Cunningham. So I'm sort of like the CDC got a side eye. The CDC had a side eye anyway because it's the Center for Disease Control. I don't know. A lot of these government agencies, I don't have a suspect. Yes, major side eye. Um yeah. So I don't know, I don't know what to make of it, but just prayers out to all of us who struggle. And no worries, no worries. I know what you multitasking. Um CDC, World Health Organization, all of the rest of them that I can't think of their names. ICE is transferring 1,600 detainees to federal prisons. So then all of a sudden it occurred to me when I saw that headline that I saw that at Yapo. They've been cloning successfully since the 60s, way before Dolly, UNICEF. Crap, I should have copied and pasted that. I can't remember what I typed. IC seemed like they remember. Um, so all of a sudden I'm like, oh, so okay, so hold on a second, wait a minute. we got all of these people who they're claiming that they're detaining as, oh, all of this. So by some accounts, and the accounts that I tend to trust or find more believable and credible, people illegally crossing the border is going down. But by Zero's accounts, people crossing the border illegally is going up. And so they have all of these people detained. All of these people detained, I do not believe are people who have illegally crossed the border. I believe that they're people that they're trying to enslave for some reason. I guess for free labor, the same reason they've been enslaving us for forever. Or not for forever, but almost half of a century. What's a century? 100 years? I gotta have balance in my life. Yes, you have to have balance in your life. Breathe deeply. Ooh, it's a conversation about DNA going on the this conversation in the chat. What is that? What they say in the chat? People are talking about DNA. That's pretty good. I don't know why. So they're transferring all of these detainees into federal prisons. So when I think about private prisons, I think about, these prisons that, like, when they build the private prisons and they have these contracts with these governments, they're like, look, these prisons need to be 50% filled, 80% filled. So there's like an artificial pressure and incentive to arrest people to fill the prisons because that's part of the contract. Or like there's this thing, like they're building prisons and they got to fill these prisons. And so this kind of made me think about the whole private prison industry. I don't know how that's connected to federal prisons. I don't even know if federal prisons are private prisons. But if you have built all of these, like, what do they say in that Field of Dreams? Is that the name? If you build it, they will come. If you build the prisons, they got to try to fill them up. So they're transferring people from who are being detained for immigration into prisons. And I don't know, the Zero is characterizing all of these detainees, or many of these detainees, or even non-detainees. Um, oh no, don't go out and hurt any. I mean, I don't know. I don't really have a take. It's just like when I saw the headline, it started, like, I feel like there's something like in the back of my consciousness that I can't quite, pull out and piece together. But I feel like there's something going on. Just be at peace and know that you're loved. So yeah. So right. Because, like, even with the children, I'm still trying to understand. We get done so bad. Yeah. And we are just so fabulous and so amazing, and are out here doing wonderful, great things. But it's kind of frustrating, and it's kind of, it's kind of disturbing. And I feel like it is difficult to stay balanced. You know, it's difficult for me to stay back or try to find balance or rebalance. Um, So yeah, I'm trying to understand what's going on with the children. Like, what's up with like, I feel like there's something there that I can't quite understand either. Like, for example, with Zero, I am convinced, I don't know, that they have a picture. They have, we have to accentuate the good in us as much as possible. Some prisons have started suing because they are losing money due to drops in crime. OG, like me. Um, Dang, I forgot what I was gonna say. So it ain't. I mean, either it'll come back or it won't. We gonna keep it moving. Officer, is this the same story? Oh, okay. Officers who beat man unconscious say there was a story about over 100 children disappearing of the illegal. It was more than 100, wasn't it? Yeah, so what I was going to say is, I feel like there is something that makes sense in terms of the children, but I haven't heard anything. Like, for example, with Zero, I feel like Putin in Russia have a video of him being peed on by a woman in Russia and being like, yes, pee on me, or something. That, like, I don't think it's just him having sex with prostitutes. I think it's like something like where he would feel embarrassed, and his what would make him feel you like I feel like he has a really high bar for embarrassment. So I feel like it is something really like really really kinky and really really out there and really like that they have on him. That's my theory about, him and Putin. So I don't know if that's a good theory to anybody else, but to me it makes sense. And I feel like with the children, I haven't heard anything where it's like, that's what it is. You know, Yesterday I was kind of like, well, are they trying to get the Latino, the Spanish speaking, the brown children, everyone in the secret society has they're not stepping up. They're not saying anything. I think they got stuff on them too. I think most people probably have things that would be embarrassing to them or that they wouldn't want to be out in public. And, but for most of us, if it got out in public, it would be like among, five of our close friends and family. Whereas for other people, he had prostitutes piss on Obama's bed before they got there. And then did he roll around in it and be like, oh, Obama, oh, I love Obama? Or, I don't know. It just seems like he's unattended children come across the border and would go to relatives with Trump targeting people. Those family members are afraid to claim them. Yeah. But then when was it the one with the big ears, the Attorney General Jefferson Beauregard Sessions, when he said, or was it him who said it? Maybe it was somebody else who said, "Oh, well, the children will go into foster care or whatever." So it's like that just seemed weird to me. Like it seemed almost as weird as the big envelope. Has anybody solved the story of the big envelope? Remember when the North Koreans came and they gave Trump a letter, but it was like in this big envelope? Like what the what does it mean? Why? Who does that? Why would you do that? What does it mean? I have not seen the story. Just look for the image. It's like the weirdest thing to me. I just and maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it's like South North Korea was out of envelopes. Like, in your personal life, you'd be like, well, I don't have a little envelope, so here's a big envelope. But he defiled the room, the bed, and the Obama family slept in. Like, but I think he would be proud for that to get out, COG. Like he'd be like, yeah, I hate Obama. I hate, black folks, and I pissed in his bed. I think that would be something that he would be proud of. I don't think that would be something where he would be like, Putin is my friend forever. I'll never say anything bad against Putin because Putin got this information I don't want to get out. I think he'd be proud, like, yeah, I pissed on Obama's bed because he'd been, harassing that man and his family forever. And his people love that. So I don't think he would be embarrassed by that. Now, I think a lot of people, a lot of us find that offensive, but I don't think that he don't act like he like us. Have you met Zero? He does not act. If that's somebody who act like they like us, I'd hate to meet somebody who act like they don't like us. Officers who beat man unconscious. Okay, so I'll stop harassing you. Officers who beat man unconscious say his body language implied that he was preparing for a physical altercation. So I don't know if this is the same story looping through my newsfeed again, but that whole idea of like his body language, and I don't know, what his body language implied or didn't imply, and I don't think whatever excuse or whatever bullshit they're talking about, that's not really what I'm interested in. But what was interesting to me is the idea that I know how I feel when I see cops and when I'm around cops. I feel stressed. I feel tense. I feel nervous. And I haven't done anything. Like if I'm driving and I see them, driving down the street, it's like I'm like, And so maybe, like it just made me think about the body language. And shoot, maybe he figured it's the same story. His body language showed no such thing. Okay. And maybe it's maybe the person, you feel nervous, and maybe some people feel like, well, look, if you about to kill me, which I beat me, I am about to get in a defensive posture because I'm not gonna just let you beat me without doing something. I'm gonna try to, now we done seen video after video after video of people just getting beat. So maybe this person was like, well, forget it. I'm about to, be the one who, I'm going down swinging. I'm not going down like, oh, please don't hit me, cops. You know what I mean? So, just like about the body language and like how we process our interactions with police officers, when we have to deal with them. Sloane Stevens seeks second Grand Slam. Oh, so she won the Grand Slam last year. She's seeking her second Grand Slam after securing spot in French Open. So it's the French Opens. That probably just hurt your ears to hear me talk about it, Miss Tracy. I'm sorry. The biracial and they playing the tennis is a big competition and she might have won it, but it was just so ignorant. What should we do as men about this particular situation? That's a good question. I think it's an interesting conversation. And I don't know if it's like I think it's a conversation among men, but I think it's a conversation among community as well, but I think it's a private conversation or not dang, I lost it. I didn't see what you were saying. Africa's weak in pictures. I always like to look at the pictures, but once again, I don't have time to look at the pretty pictures. Black woman in Georgia takes oath of office. Did y'all hear about this? This is coming off of the Griot. This woman, this is not funny. Like when I'm on a first date, for instance, I always look like I want to black out. And I am looking for a way to escape. Black woman in Georgia takes oath of office with fist in the air. Which fist do you put in the air when you take the oath? The right fist or the left? The right fist or the left fist? She takes the oath of office with her fist in the air and her hand on Malcolm X's autobiography. I solemnly swear on the autobiography of Malcolm X to uphold. It's a fly in here, y'all. Oh, wait, let me turn the light on. Maybe you'll make it go somewhere else. Okay. So I don't know who this person was. This is coming off the Griot, so I don't know. I like this idea. Our word today was Kujichagulia, self-determination. So I really like the idea. What do we do as men at Nicole Ali? I really like the idea that in the spirit of self-determination, that this person said, this is how I'm taking the oath. I'm not going to let you define how I'm taking my oath. I'm going to take it like this. This is what I value. This is what's important to me. And this is how we going to do it. I like that. And I start sweating real bad. And then for some strange reason, I stutter. Okay. I sweat real bad. Australia's public broadcaster canned. I hide my pistol. Australia's public broadcaster canned an interview with a campaigner for human rights in China and says it was because of her affiliations. So what they're saying about this is that this language, it's because of your affiliations. As I understood the article when I skimmed it, it's like China is basically, the government of China is basically opposed to this person being interviewed and getting airtime, and so they like censored the interview. And so when they're like, oh, it's because of your affiliations, that's like code word for China wasn't down for it. China was like, no, it's a no-go. So I don't know who the campaigner for human rights in China is. And I probably wouldn't have known even if they had put the person's name in the title. So I guess, but I don't know. Sometimes it seems like people's names. I'm a fan of campaigning for human rights, so I like to say the names of people who, campaign for the rights of humans. DA's office investigates after California teacher accused of making noose gesture toward Black student. So this is like the second or third school story we've heard just today in the headlines, right? Hey, Love Like the Sun, we're going to open some more African-centered schools so our children can be safe and loved and valued and respected and seen for the brilliant, wonderful beings that they are, and supported and prepared to fight for truth and justice and freedom. We are. State Department employees reportedly feel betrayed by Mike Pompeo's pledge to lift controversial hiring freeze. So I guess the State Department, when Zero came into the administration, they like ain't nobody getting hired. So the people who work at the State Department, they feel demoralized, like nobody, they don't value the work that we do. We do all of this important work with diplomacy. We've averted wars or whatever they feel that they do. They feel that they're not being valued. And then this person came into Mike Pompeo. I don't know. Maybe he's running the State Department now. So when he came in, he said, yeah, I don't know how to interpret it. It's sort of like the situation in Venezuela now. You know, yeah, that's a whole. I don't. Yeah, I think it's confusing because sometimes even though America stay wrong, sometimes they be on the on the right stuff. You know what I mean? But not for the right reasons. So um okay, so Mike Pompeo, he came into power. And he said, "I'm lifting the ban or the hiring freeze." And the people were like, "Yay, he values us. We like Mike Pompeo." And now he's like, he's only lifted the hiring freeze in some limited capacity. And so the people are like back to feeling like demoralized, like womp womp, according to this story. People are fleeing San Francisco's housing market. I don't know why I've been so fascinated by how hard it is to get housing in San Francisco. I have visited it, and I liked it when I visited it. They're fleeing San Francisco's housing market for sunny SoCal, Southern California. Here are 10 ways they compare, according to people who have lived in both. I like San Diego when I went there. Only thing I regret, well, one, I wish I had stayed longer, and two, I really wish that I had gone to Mexico because I didn't know I was so close to Mexico. How ignorant of me. UN sanctions top people smugglers in Libya in global first. So the UN is like, your people smugglers in Libya, and we sanction you. And that's the first time they say that it's happened in the globe. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily, maybe in the modern world, but I know back in the 1600s, there were, folks in Africa who were fighting against, people smugglers. And I don't know what I guess maybe a UN sanction is the first, but I'm sure that they were like, no, stop it. We protest, we fighting this, because that's what happened. People were fighting it. Trump put Trump put his water bottle on the floor during a meeting, and then Pence followed suit. So the article was kind of talking about how you can mirror behavior. When you pointed your finger into the camera, it looked like 3D. So, oh my God, it didn't work. I think I might, but I'm not a fly magnet unless I'm doing a video. But I'm like, there's the fly right there. I think it's one fly harassing me. And I turned on the light so it would have other places to go. It's awful. I couldn't get a signal in the car. I couldn't find the Wi-Fi signal. The neighbors are still in my neighbor's driveway. So I was sitting in front, I couldn't find the Wi-Fi signal. I had to come inside to find it. So Trump put his water bottle down, then Pence put his water bottle down. So I think what Pence is doing is mirroring Trump's behavior, like his actions, so that Trump feels very secure and very comfortable with Pence. That's what I think they're talking about in the article, and that's what I think Pence is doing. I think Pence is doing that anyway. At least 99 people have died following Guatemala volcano eruptions. Look, these are chess pieces from y'all saw this in my South Africa haul video. These are chess pieces from South Africa. Okay. So prayers out to the people who have made their transition. Go get Bella. Bella ain't studying me. Who have made their transition during the volcano in community. I saw one headline where a guy is like, I'll never be able to I don't know why that makes me sad. Ditto human rights in China and North Korea is an oxymoron, I think. So you don't think that anyone can fight for human rights in the context of China or in the context of North Korea? Yeah, prayers out. And I guess also like this idea of like losing your family and not being able to like reconcile or reconnect to them, or not knowing if you're going to find them, like if your child is abducted, or if something happens to your people and you don't know what happens, how disorienting that is. And like I think of like when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed, like at all of these like freedom bureaus all over the place, people were just looking for their families and looking for families and looking for children and looking for husbands and looking for wives. And it's just a it's just like it's just sad. It's sad. And I guess even when like the one woman we saw on the first day who knew, she's like, I guess she saw her family make their transition, so it's like she knew. But it's just devastating. I mean, it is a part of life that people are going to make transitions, but it's not like necessarily the easiest part of life. So um that's it. Wow, we're only an hour and 6 minutes in. I think you can fight for human rights anywhere. I didn't catch the last part of it. In some places, I mean, how do you fight for human rights in places like in North Korea? Like the way you hear it, it just sounds like so intense and so, you know, I mean, I feel like it's intense here in a way. If a lot of people get attacked and censured and shot and assassinated, and for standing up for things in this country. In other countries, it seems like even more, overt, intense. Where we sitting here talking, however we're talking, you wouldn't dare do that in some other countries. Even just quietly among your family. So anyway. So the Habaragani, Habaragani, Kuchi Chagalia, self determination was the word for today. So it's only 7 minutes after. I think that we have time. Where is Queen Sonia C's? Nothing at. Yeah, I haven't seen her. I think we have time. Ooh, Gabon. I remember when I was a child, I had a monologue and I had to say the Gabon Viper. Yeah, would barely be ready to fight. And I have to look at it on. So Gabon, 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 Alkebalan. So this is the segment where when we have time, we look into one of the nations in Alkebalan. And we're just going alphabetically through the list. So today it is Gabon. My little site we determined was unreliable. So we're just going by Wikipedia. Ooh, it's a pretty flag. I like the flag. Oh, Equatorial Guinea. So it's got a green stripe, a yellow stripe, and a blue stripe. Oh, wait, is that right? Okay. So that is the flag. Does anybody know anything about Gabon? Gabon, before I start? A country along, or as I start, just type it in. I'm getting younger and younger. I never saw that show. Gabon, or that film, that movie. A country along the Atlantic coast of Central Africa, has significant areas of protected. The forested coastal terrain of its famed Loango National Park shelters a diversity of wildlife, from gorillas and hippos to whales. Lope, Lope with an accent mark, National Park consists of mostly rainforests. Akanda National Park is known for its mangroves and tidal beaches. What is a tidal beach? I think the mangrove is the tree with the like real rooty, like you can see the roots. The official language is French and the capital is Libreville. Libreville. Let's see if there's any news. January 8th, 2018. That's been a while ago. Gabon, located, oh, it's just the country. Hey, there's no news. Is there news? No news is good news. Gabon hashtag on Twitter. Local press reports that Bongo has apparently chartered 2 planes to take his supporters to Paris, plans to stage a counter protest. So something's going on. I don't know how old the hashtag is on Twitter, but you can hashtag GABON on Twitter to get some information. Okay. Oh, Wiki Travel. A small population as well as oil and mineral reserves have helped Gabon become one of Africa's wealthier countries. Who knew? The country is generally something. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to Wiki. I got time today, cuz. I got time today, cuz. I got time today. Like 8 more minutes. Gabon, French pronunciation, Gabon, I don't know. Officially, the Gabonese Republic. Oh, the Gabonese Republic. A sovereign state on the west coast of Central Africa, located on the equator. Gabon is bordered by Equatorial Guinea to the northwest, Cameroon to the north, the Republic of Congo to the east and south, and the Gulf of Guinea to the west. It has an area of nearly 270,000 square kilometers, and its population is estimated at 2 million people. Its capital and its largest city is Libreville. So its capital, so, see, sometimes the capital is not the largest city, but in this case, it is the large. Oh, I was going to say, do we have any music? Why all this music sound like this? It all sounds the same, right? This is the third one we've played. Okay. So this is the African continent in the light blue and the dark blue. Oh, I mean the Alkebalanian continent, and the dark blue is Gabon. So the official language is French, and the vernacular languages are Fang, Myene, Myene, Punu, Punu. It sounds like colonial music. In Zebi. Yeah, all of them have so far. We haven't heard any that were we like, yeah. This sounds like I don't know what it, yeah. Ethnic groups, 28.6% Fang, 10.2% Punu. So Punu is a language and an ethnic group. Fang is a vernacular language and an ethnic group. Nzebi, Nzebi, is an ethnic group as well as a language. And this was from 2019. I mean 2000, not 2019. That hasn't happened yet. The Nzebe are 8.9% of the population, and then the Mpongwe are 4.1% of the population, and then 48.2% is other. The demonym is Gabonese or Gabonese. I don't know how to say it, but like if you're referring to someone from Gabon, you're like, oh, he's Gabonese. Gabonese, from Gabon. The government is a unitary dominant party presidential republic. The president is Ali Bongo Ondimba. The prime minister is Emmanuel Isoze Ngondet. So they have a president and a prime minister. I am so confused about the whole prime minister thing. A lot of these countries have, a president and a prime minister. I'm so confused by that. The legislature is parliament. The upper house is Senate. Independence from France, August 17th, 1970. Since its independence from France in 1960, Gabon has had 3 presidents. In the early 1900s, 1990s, Gabon introduced a multi-party system and a new democratic constitution that allowed for a more see I see. That allowed for a more transparent electoral process and reformed many government institutions. Gabon was also a temporary member of the United Nations Security Council for the 2010 2011 term, 2010 2011 term. Abundant petroleum and formed one of the most prosperous countries in sub-Sahara Africa with the fourth highest HD and the fourth highest GDP per capita after Mauritius, Equatorial Guinea, and Seychelles. Those are places that I don't even, when I think of Alkebulan, I don't think of those places. Seychelles, Mauritius, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, and those are supposed to be the wealthiest. Oh my gosh, this is getting on my nerves. Gabon's name originates from Gabayo, Portuguese for cloak, which is roughly the shape of the estuary of the Como River by Libreville. Let's look at society. A population of 2 million. Historical and environmental factors caused Gabon's population to decline between 1900 and 1940. Almost all Gabonese are of Bantu origin. I see. You cannot see I see, hardly. Gabon has at least 40 ethnic groups with differing languages and cultures. The Fang are generally thought to be the largest, although recent census data seem to favor the Nzebe. Others include the Maine, Kota, Shira, Puru, and Kande. There are also various pygmy peoples, the Bongo, Kota, and Baka. The latter speak the only non-Bantu language in Gabon. More than 10,000 native French live in Gabon, including an estimated 2,000 dual nationals. Ethnic boundaries are less sharply drawn in Gabon than elsewhere in Africa. I see. Yeah, I gotta go in and make mods again. It's like I have a weird thing about that computer. I don't like it. I don't like to go to it. Um, okay. 80% of Gabon's population speak French religion, Christianity, Bwiti, Bwiti, Islam, and indigenous animistic religion. Most practice elements of both Christianity and traditional indigenous religious beliefs. At least 73% practice at least some elements of Christianity, including the syncretistic, um, like synchronized. Like they say that in New Orleans, you have like the synchronization where people use the Catholic saints, but there was also like the undertone or the known understanding that the Virgin Mary was who is the Virgin Mary? I used to know some of these for a minute, but I don't remember. But saints would correspond with like Orisha in Orisha or whatever similar concepts in native or black African religions or spiritual beliefs or whatever. Okay, health. Most of the health services of Gabon are public, but there are some private institutions. Oh, Gabon's medical infrastructure, the Madonna. No, but like who would she link to? Like is she Oshun? Is she Yemaya? Is she you know what I'm saying? Shango, who is she? There's like a linkage between the Catholic saints and the some of the Orisha or I don't know, I'm most familiar with Orisha, but um so Gabon's medical infrastructure is considered one of the best in West Africa. Who knew? I didn't know. By 1985, there were 28 hospitals, 87 medical centers, and 312 infirmaries and dispensaries. Okay, that's it. It's 1:19. So this is the time. I gotta go eat. I haven't really eaten. It's been, I'm so hungry. I gotta go eat. So, what you looking forward to? Go ahead and drop that in the comments. What you looking forward to? What you excited about? Drop that in the comments. I hate self-promoting, but at some point you gotta let folks know. Yeah, he has a whole bunch of music over there. Check it out. Visit him. Visit Brother Ayapo. Visit everybody who has content. I see. Do you have content? Are you a content creator? Love Like the Sun. Are you a content creator? COG is a content creator. Nicole Ali is a content creator. A View from Tracy's Point. I love to watch your reviews. All of these strong, opinionated people whose opinions differ from mine. I love it. Okay, I'm tired of going backwards. I have to go forwards. So drop into the comments what you're looking forward to. It's called My Family Shout Out Part 1 on my page. I done made Part 2. I done made 2. I don't know enough about music to give any like serious, but it sounded good to me. Okay, so this is it. This is the end of the party. Thank you all. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of the YouTube family that I enjoy and adore and love so much. I appreciate your energy, your content, you being here, being fabulous, being you. You could have been anywhere else in the universe, but we are all here together, whether live or virtually. It is on purpose. It is in God's will. It is wonderful. You are blessed. You are a blessing. Today is the best. We dab. Today is the best day ever, and you are the greatest. Okay, I re-recorded the song. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Who you gonna be if you ain't you? Who we gonna be if we ain't we? Who you gonna be if you ain't you? Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous you. Woo! Peace. Bye. I don't think I have any reviews or anything else coming up. So bye. 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 Goodbye. Nicole's behind is in there too. Oh, look at you. Look at this moderator. Moderator. Is that the link to the video, Yapo? So the link to COG's video is in the live stream replay. You can hit it. At the bottom of the comments, there's usually like a little arrow thing that you can hit to access the comments from during the live stream. I think I got bit on my finger. It's itching me. I don't know where that fly went. I would blame the fly. You are in the video also. Now I got to get this paper done for midnight. Okay, let's shut her down. Shut her down. Everybody send Yapo finishation energy. It's finished. Bye.